Hi, I'm Kelsey from Crafting for Weeks, and today I'm going to walk you through how to make twisted fringe. So here I have a houndstooth scarf, and I'm using the crochet hook that I crocheted it with and a pair of scissors. And to start off, I'm going to actually show you how I do more of a classic fringe. So to do a classic fringe, I would just take a length of yarn. That's about how long I want my fringe to be, so I would cut it here. And then I would use my crochet hook and loop this through a stitch. So I fold it in half and find the little loop on the end. I put my hook through the stitch I want it in, and I pull the loop through, and then I take the two ends and I yarn over and I pull those through the loop that I pulled into the stitch. And then I just tighten that down, and that's how you would do more of a classic style fringe. Now I would just do those across. Sometimes I put multiple strands in each place to make it thicker. But today I'm going to show you another method, and that is twisted fringe. So twisted fringe is going to actually use just one strand and keep working without cutting. It does take some time, but in my opinion, fringe takes time no matter how you do it. So to start this off, you're going to put the yarn on your hook. You're going to insert your hook into the first stitch that you want fringe in, and then we're going to slip stitch right here, and we're going to slip stitch through that and then through the loop that was on the hook. This is just attaching the yarn for our first fringe. That same loop, we're going to stretch it out. I like to stretch it to about 3 times what I want the length of my fringe to be. So if that's about how long I want the fringe to be, I need to stretch it 66% longer. So I like to just kind of make a note or a mark of how far I want it, so I know that all my fringe is going to be the same length. And now I'm just going to twist my hook in a circular motion, and I'm pinching it here to just kind of make it less of a strain on my wrist. But here we're just twisting it so that the strands twist as we go down. So I'm holding it to make the loops smaller and then letting it go to let the twists go down the line here. So this takes a minute. I like to twist until the tension on the yarn is getting a little bit tight. So if I let go, it starts to try to curl up on itself, and that's kind of how I decide when I want to let it go. So it's looking pretty close here. If your fringe is shorter, you won't have to do quite as many twists. This is a pretty long one, so it's taking me a few more twists, but this is what I mean when you say it wants to curl on itself. If I give it some ease, it's going to try to roll up, and that's how I know that it's ready to go. Now I'm going to take that same loop on my hook is still there, but obviously there's a big mass of twist, and I'm going to insert my hook back into the same stitch, and I'm going to slip stitch through that loop that is kind of all twisted up now. Now before I move on, I want to do a slip stitch in the next stitch to kind of lock that into place. And that's just making sure that nothing I just did comes undone, because slip stitches can do that. So once I have done my next slip stitch, I'm going to take this twist that I've made, and I'm going to put my finger in the center and just twist it in the opposite direction that I just did all of my other twists. And that just kind of encourages it to roll up on itself. And by doing that, we have created a twisted fringe. I really like these because they stay tidy. Classic fringe can get matted, and these just stay really nice. So once we've done that, we already have our slip stitch in the next stitch, and that becomes our next twisted fringe. And we would do that all the way across, and that is how you make fringe with a crochet hook. Now I'm going to show you a faster method, and that is with a drill. You're going to still be making the same style, but you're going to take all the twist out. So what you'll need is a cup hook. You can get these at the hardware store. They're usually less than $1. I get a package of them for I think about $2. So I'm just taking a piece of tape. I I'm not doing anything super fancy. This is literally just Scotch tape. And I am taping it on here. I'm sure there's a fancier way to do this, but I just did it as simple as I could to make it the most accessible. There's probably like a drill bit that looks like this already. So I'm just taping this on here. This actually stayed for most of my fringe project. I think I had to replace it once while doing the scarf, and that was like for both sides. So this should work pretty good. And as you can see, the hook is turning, and that's what we want. And that means the tape is tight enough. It's going to turn with the drill. So next, we are going to do that same method. So when we pull up our loop, instead of twisting it on our hook, place it on your cup hook, and then let your drill do the twisting for you. So I just twisted it about the same tightness or tension that I did my first one. Obviously that drill can twist much faster than I can. And then once it looks pretty tight, I put my crochet hook back in. So I like to just put the crochet hook back in before I take it off so I don't drop it. And then you're going to do your slip stitches like before. So slip stitch in the same stitch, and that is this one. And then you're going to slip stitch in the next stitch to lock it in. And then I will show you what to do with the next part. I'm gonna take that loop that I just made, that twist that I just made, and I'm gonna put it back on my drill. There we go. And I'm going to reverse the direction of my drill, so it twists the opposite way. And I'm going to just slowly twist it in the opposite direction as I stretch it out and encourage those twists to fold in on themselves. And so once they have done that, I just slide it off and this fringe is done. So much faster than doing it with your hook. If you have a drill around, I highly recommend using it. It goes a lot faster. And I'm going to do these all the way across, and I'll show you what it looks like when I'm all done. There we go. I love the way this hangs. It's really pretty, and you can just customize it to whatever your project wants to look like. So if you would like to try out this scarf and the twisted fringe, check out my blog, craftingforweeks.com, and I will link this pattern in the description below as well.